Here's a question that has been bugging me. How does Elon Musk think? How does he come up with all these brilliant ideas?
But how do you come up with those ideas? Could you tell me more about your creative process? And also, once you have those great ideas, how do you go about capitalizing those really ambitious ideas if you have very few limited financial resources?
Elon Musk is good at creating, investing in, or buying companies that are insane. Some of them futuristic. It cannot be a draw of luck that he knows exactly what companies to buy, which ones to invest in, and which ones to create from scratch, and goes right into bringing them to life. There has to be something. There has to be something that he knows that we don't, and I want to know what that is.
As far as idea generation, I think I tend to think of things from a sort of physics standpoint, like from a first principle standpoint, what would be the best way to accomplish something, and then pursue that. And that's also a good way to determine if there's if something's far from its optimum.
The physics first principle. Really? I was expecting something more. So what the physics first principle tells you is to try to break down the problem that you want to solve to the most fundamental level. If you understand it, the most fundamental parts of it, then you can begin to figure out the rest of it from there. You can begin to build from there.
Like on rockets, for example, one could say, that you could reason by analogy and say the rocket's going to cost a certain amount because that's what prior rockets have cost. Or you can say, well, what is a rocket made of? What are the material constituents? What do they weigh? What's the cost per unit mass? And that sets the limit asymptotically for what a rocket can be. So if you can figure out some creative way to rearrange those elements into a rocket shape, then you can achieve a much better outcome. That's the first principles approach.
In some way, it means you have to question everything that you know, everything that everybody has told you before that is impossible. You have to question it. You don't take no for an answer.
And I think also just combining ideas from different industries is really helpful for innovation. So, what have people discovered in one industry, and can that be applied to other industries? That's, I think, also a great source of ideas.
So let's see, how does this apply? Let's assume that I set out to launch an automobile manufacturing company here in Nigeria, considering all the hurdles that I will face and how impossible it might seem, judging from where I'm starting from. You're telling me that there is a chance, a slight chance, that I might succeed. If I'm to question everything, question the doubt that I feel, then I'm supposed to assume, yeah, there is a good chance that I might succeed. I think I understand why Sarah in the Bible laughed. But again, for the sake of argument, let's say I was crazy enough to attempt it. The first principle is suggesting that if I break down the process to its most fundamental level, then I can build from there. In this case, the most fundamental level will be first acquiring the machine parts. No doubt that would be very expensive. So if I decide then to produce the materials in-house, we mine most of the raw materials here in Nigeria. The iron ore can be gotten locally, so that will be easier. Next, we have to think of how to get the machines that are necessary for processing the raw materials into ingots, right? No, I still don't see it. I don't see how that is possible. It's still very complex and therefore impossible. I already have a theory that achieving greatness is a thing of genius. This just confirms it. Do not take no for an answer. If they tell you that something cannot be done, you go, oh, can it?